of the Month is so important to not only the students and their families, but to our community for several reasons. Number one, we are sending off our best and brightest to be trained, to be educated, to share their experiences with others, to be mentors, to grow in every aspect. But we want them to come back to the community and share what they've learned with the people who helped them get there. And it's really important because when you keep your assets at home, it does so much to help the community grow in every way, economically, culturally. It's just a great benefit. So we encourage our students of the month, and today our students of the year, to come back and share everything that they've learned with those who are still at home. From a business standpoint, these students that we're sending away are coming back, and they're going to be your employers, your employees, or someone who provides vital services to you and your family. So it's time for every business owner, business person, community volunteer, everyone to get involved with Student of the Month. We owe it to these kids as we send them away. Some are going very, very far away. We owe it to them to continue that support as a way to encourage them to come back and give back to the community that we love, Temecula.
The Student of the Month program is really important to Mount San Jacinto College because we are part of the community and these students are part of our community. We look forward to giving back to every one of these kids in some way, shape, or form, whether they become one of our students or go off to somewhere else, as we're seeing many of them do. But the biggest part of this, and the part we really embrace about Student of the Month, is that it's not just about academics. It's about being a good person, a good leader, volunteerism, all the things that make a good human being. And that's what we look for in all of our students, whether they come to us or whether they're going somewhere else. They are good people, and that's what makes us very proud. So we're proud to sponsor this event. Business people should support the Student of the Month program simply because it is what their future is. Their future employees, their future employers, the employers of their children. They will be everything to all of us at some point in time, and we need to support the future of our area. And that's what this is all about. We are supporting the kids that are going to make a difference in our lives and in the lives of our children.
I'll take it. Sold American. Fantastic.
All right, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let's have everyone grab their seats. I think all the best people in Temecula are in this room this morning. Yes. So delightful to see you. I am Holly Wilson. I am not Sally Myers. I have about half her energy. Sally is in Sacramento at a Sizzlers conference, so she is unable to attend this morning. I know it breaks her heart, and she sends her best. Congratulations to the students. Parents, congratulations, Student of the Year. So great event today. Let's give them a hand. Parents, well done. Everybody ready? So we are going to ask Mr. Tim Ritter, our superintendent of Temecula Valley Unified School District, to open us up today. So Tim, come on up.
Good morning, welcome, and most importantly, congratulations to the students. I get the honor this morning of introducing Monty Sharp, who is going to lead us in prayer. And that will be followed with our Councilwoman Marianne Edwards, who will lead us in the flag salute. So, Monty.
Thank you. You're welcome. Do we have an awesome superintendent or what? I mean, it's just amazing. Thank you, Tim. I get one last little shot with you as students. Psalm 37:1 says, "Do not be envious of wrongdoers." And you're going to be heading into a season right now where there's going to be a lot of pressure to make wrong choices. I just want to remind you, it was the right choices and doing the right thing that got you here. And so keep making those right choices, doing those right things, even though it's easier to go the other way, because that will continue to elevate you. And you are amazing And we just want to see you continue to grow on that path. Do I hear an amen on that? Amen. Okay. Would you join with me as we ask the Lord's blessing? Father, thank you for the blessing of being here to celebrate all these young men and women. Lord, for the great choices, the great things that they have done. And Lord, we pray that your hand would be mighty on them as they move into this next season, that you would also be blessing parents and teachers. It's hard to let go. And Lord, I pray that this summer would be just a sweet time of fellowship, amazing connection time, Lord, that will just continue to grow from there. And so, Lord, bless our time here. I pray that all the nervous jitters of people that are speaking would go away. And Lord, that you would just give us a sweet time of fellowship and that you'd bless this food to our bodies and bless our day. In Jesus' name we pray. And all God's people said, Amen. Bless you. Thank you. Bye.
Good morning. So, Monty, were you nervous? No, I didn't think so. He's done this a few times. Well, good morning. I'm Mary Ann Edwards. I'm honored to be here, Temecula City Councilwoman, and I'm also very proud to be an employee of Temecula Valley Unified School District, working with our career tech education kids, and we do have an amazing, amazing school district. So we're going to say the pledge, so if you'd please stand with me. And as we go into this Memorial Day weekend, let's say the pledge remembering all those who fought for our freedom, who've come before, all those who are now fighting for our freedom, and all those who are going to be fighting for our freedom. So if you join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
I'm going to have you all stand again.
Well, I actually have a double honor this morning, and we have a special guest that's going to be singing our national anthem, and that is Josiah Davis from Chaparral High School. Josiah, come on up. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Oh, we're in for a treat now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much. Awesome job, Josiah. Well done. Thank you. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Brian Connors. He is the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce, Chairman of the Board, and Southwest Healthcare System. So Brian, come on up.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. Great Memorial Day weekend to you. And on behalf of the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Board of Directors, and all the 1,000+ members of the Chamber, congratulations. It's a great day on your achievement. And today, the Chamber would like to honor your accomplishment with this beautiful certificate and award, among other things that you'll receive today. So congratulations. Congratulations on that. We're proud of each of you and wish you a successful future. Wherever your path may lead you, the city would be honored to welcome you back as the next generation of local business leaders, politicians, dedicated citizens, and chamber members. And as Sally Myers always says, to pay it forward. I would also like to thank all of our generous sponsors, dignitaries, and volunteers that support this program. We appreciate your partnership and commitment to our city's outstanding students. I would also like to take a moment to recognize the founder of the Student of the Month program, Mrs. Sally Myers. Unfortunately, she can't be with us this morning, but what an amazing individual and who started this program years ago. Because of her leadership, this program has made a difference in so many lives for both students and contributors. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Sally Myers. Thank you. I know she would be probably embarrassed at that because she loves to focus on the students, right? So with that in mind, we'll continue with this great program and bring Holly Wilson back up to the podium. Thank you.
See, this goes up and down. So when you come up, make sure you adjust the microphone. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about the history of the program. The Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce Student of the Month was founded by Sally Meyer in 1993. The Murrieta Student of the Month was 1995, Lake Elsinore 1996, and then the Paris Menifee in 1998. They have honored over 8,000 students. It's amazing. And then we have also, from your generous sponsors, provided $56,300 in scholarships to 27 Student of the Years between all 4 programs. Give yourself a hand. The mission statement in 1993 has not changed. In 2019, it is the same mission statement, which is the purpose of the corporation is to provide a local high school recognition program to recognize students that for their character, their love of learning, commitment to academics, in addition to their participation in school activities, athletics, community service, or their ability to persevere and overcome difficult life circumstances in a setting that honors God, country, family, community, and Sally's favorite, free enterprise. So excellent job to all of you who are consistently not only participating with your resources, but also volunteering all of your time. At the end of this event, students, we're going to go outside and take several pictures. And so when we're done, if everybody will move outside, we have a picture with the parents, the dignitaries, the principals, and so don't leave. Why we are here is our students. So from Chaparral High School, Principal Nicole Diaz, yay! And their student, Ethan Johnston. Ethan, why don't your parents and teachers, stand up. Congratulations. Thank you. From Great Oak, the wonderful Amy Ricken. Justin Ree, stand, student, congratulations. Parents and mentor teacher, please stand. Congratulations to you. Thank you. From Linfield Christian School, that would be me, Holly Wilson. Thomas Wright, and your parents and mentor teacher, please stand. Congratulations. From Temecula Preparatory School, Principal Julie Fuller. Julie. And your student, Trinity Chikwanda. Trinity, and your parents and mentor teacher. From Rancho Christian High School, Principal Craig Swanson. And your student of the month, Teddy Max Talaona. Wait, I'm going to say it right. Talona, and your parents and mentor teacher. Congrats, Teddy Max. From Susan H. Nelson and the Temecula Advantage Virtual School, Principal Michael Hubbard. Michael? And from your school, from Susan H. Nelson, Madeline Tope, your mentor teachers and parent, please stand. Congratulations. From Rancho Vista, we have Eric Ruiz. You have to stay standing, Michael. Your mentor, teacher, and parents, congratulations. And from the Temecula Valley High School, the dashing Alan Williams. Adriana McAfee, you stand, and your parents. Mentor, teacher, congratulations. Congratulations, parents. I know your student is not here by themselves. You have spent years loving on your child, encouraging your child, helping them along the way, and it is not an accident that they are here today, so congratulations. All right, every program is only as good as the volunteers that are behind the scene, and there are many that make this program an excellent program. So I'm going to ask the Student of the Month volunteers to come forward. So hold your applause to the end. Of course, Sally Myers, the program chair, Brooke Nunn, Alice Sullivan from Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce, come up. Brooke does so much behind the scenes, so thank you, Brooke. And then the event volunteer MC, myself, but Alan Williams, come on up. She has you up here. Scholarship and gift coordinator, Jerry Selway from Pacific Western Bank. Jerry. She's always just happily behind there greeting everyone. And then the publicity, Laura Boss from Temecula Valley USD. Laura, come on out. I know. Our accountant, Kimberly Garcia from KSG and Associates. I didn't see Kim here. Is she here? No. And then the event support, Sue Mai, Marsha McDonald, Dan Stake, Lori Lutweiler, and Jerry Selway. You're on this a lot, I know. And then from Murrieta Student of the Month, we have Miss Jennifer Pham. Jen, come on up. I'm super happy that you're here today. You know that. Andrea Smith, come on up, Andrea. And Shannon. Shannon, I know you're hiding back there. Come on up. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for all your help. I know Sally is so grateful for you. I've been with this program for 12 years, and it is flawless. So thank you so much. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. Okay, breakfast sponsors. When I call your name, you're coming up. We're going to do this all morning, okay? So we have Altura Credit Union, Azusa Pacific Bank, Nayeli Rodriguez. Nayeli, come up. Bechet Enterprise, California State University, San Marcos. Perfect, Lucy, thank you. Davies Financial Advisors, we have Andrew and Jake Davies. Come on up. Jake was the Student of the Year last year. Come on up, Jake. DCH Auto Group, Eastern Municipal Water District, Malia Ortloff, Gosh Ford, Donna Holliday, King Law Firm, Rachel King, and I know there's somebody else here. Rachel, come on up. Too many last minute changes. I apologize. Loma Linda University, I didn't see Catherine. The Medline Foundation. Catherine's here. Catherine, sneaking back there. Come on up. Catherine Pepe. Mount San Jacinto College, Morris Myers. Mary Lou's here too, I believe. Pacific Western Bank, Jerry Selway. Paradise Chevrolet. Rancho California Water District, Sylvia Ornelas. Mechanical, Jonathan Avancic. Riverside County Board of Supervisors, Chuck Washington, 3rd District, Nairobi Burks. Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, Jeff Wolf. Sizzler Restaurants, Shannon, come on up. Shannon Murdoch, come up. Temecula Valley Toyota, Western Municipal Water District. All right, those are all of our breakfast sponsors. Thank you so much. We have many, many Student of the Month gift sponsors. So students, remember all that bag you got with all those gifts in it? Students, raise your hand if you thoroughly enjoyed all those restaurant gift certificates. Yes? Anybody go horseback riding? I will go with you if you need someone. All right. Well, there's more gifts, so hold on. All right, Student of the Month gift sponsors. Altura Credit Union, the Shea Enterprises, Lucy. Chick-fil-A. Did I see Tara? Tara, are you here? No? Tara, come up. Tara Gravino and Jessica Morales. Come on up. Clear Blue Promotions. Eastern Municipal Water District. Morlea Ortloff. Jersey Mike's. Lake Elsinore Storm Baseball. La Masters of Fine Jewelry. Nothing But Cakes. Promenade Temecula, Jeff Kurtz, come on up. Richie's Real American Diner. That is Sally's mom. Sizzler, Shannon, you get to come back up here. I know, she's loving this. That's why I'm doing it. STAT Animal Sanctuary. Temecula Olive Oil, Catherine Pepe. Temecula Valley Hospital. Western Municipal Water District with class. Rachel? Is that everybody? Do I have everyone's Student of the Month? Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much. All right, students, up here, look what you get. Student of the Year gift sponsors. Nice, lovely bag. Marianne usually models that, does that for us. Our Vanna White here. Look at that.
I don't know where to start.
I know.
I need to mess up the display.
It's okay. So, Abbott and Shaw Ray Evans.
Laundry basket, I feel right at home now.
Come on up. Chick-fil-A, Tara, you're back up here. CRNR Environmental Services, Ignacio Valdivia, Linfield Christian School, Loma Linda University. Catherine Pepe, you should not go all the way back there, Catherine. Come on back. Nash Dental, Promenade Temecula, Jeff Kurtz again. We also have a new marketing director at the Temecula Mall, Alberta Davidson. Congratulations. Welcome to the event. Good, I'll display. And students, guess what Valley Printing left you? Thank you cards. Yay. And a special thank you to the Temecula Creek Inn for providing all the linens for today. So thank you so much, all of you. Thank you. Those of you who come every month, you know how Sally always ends today. And every student of the month is with a word from Maxwell. So you can appreciate, I have been freaking out because I haven't found the book. Sally would be devastated if I didn't end today with this, so I found it. Yay. All right. The media sponsors. This program is aired on Time Warner Cable and is also a video will be available at the temecula.org. So, if you will please stand when I call your name. From CRNR Services, the co-sponsor videography complimentary DVDs provided from each student from CRNR. So Ignacio Valdivia, can you stand again? Yay, thank you. Thank you so much. Group 1 production is back there. Stephen Ashby has been here Stephen, are you okay back there? Stephen on the camera, thank you so much for a whole year of faithfulness. Thank you, Lee. We also have Alan Cook and Lindsay behind the camera, so thank you so much, you guys. From the city of Temecula, Miss Mary Ann Edwards, thank you. Is Jimmy Fu here? Yes, Jimmy's on the camera back there, the photography sponsor with Jimmy Fu Photography, so thank you. And then, of course, Laura Boss, Temecula Valley Unified School District back there doing all of our media support. She writes up the articles, so thank you so much, Laura. Okay. I do believe I'm at the right spot on this program. We are at the best part of the program, why we are here. So is the student stories. So make sure you have a little piece of your napkin. The presentation, you guys have done this. So principal will be here, the student and the teacher. Parents, you get to just sit back and enjoy today. Right? You're going to stand close to the podium. The Student of the Year presentation format is students, you have 5 minutes to present. Please do not forget to mention where you are going to college and the field of study you are looking into. Teachers, principals, a minute and a half. Minute and a half. Okay? A heartfelt story about the student. Principals, when you come up, you'll invite your student and mentor teacher to come up, and the first thing we have to do is put the medal gonna get the medal, and we're gonna do Olympic style presentation of the medal, okay? Thomas and I will show you how we do it. All right, and then so principal, student, teacher. All right? Let's go ahead and start. Thomas, come on up. Marla, let's just present you. Sir, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Linfield Student of the Year is Thomas Wright. Thomas, thank you. Thank you for being the voice all year, saying good morning to our school, starting us off with a smile, and I got a hug every day. And I so appreciated it. Thomas, you are an incredible young man. You're a Renaissance man. But the thing that has stood out for me is that you have just a heart for service and people. You served on our ASB all 4 years, and it wasn't to pad your resume. It was because you truly want to help. Every day I think you ask me, do you need anything? Can I help? You have served as our ASB president, and you've done it well. Not because it's a mark for you. It's just because you care about people and you want to help. Your mom and dad must be greatly beloved by God because they gave you to them before the twin brothers came. So, Thomas, I love you. The fact that you are going to Yale on an NROTC scholarship only goes to show that you want to serve your country. And so, Thomas, God has blessed you with the gift of service. You will not be happy unless you're serving others. So I cannot wait to see what God has for you. I love you.
It's you. Okay. Good morning. My name is Thomas Wright, and thank you so much for having me here to such an amazing event. I'd first like to start by saying congratulations to all the other students. It's such an honor to be a part of such an incredible group. Thank you also to the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce for the scholarship and putting on this event. The support that you show students like us is instrumental in our journey to college. I'm here with my parents, Will and Joy Wright, my principal, Mrs. Holly Wilson, and my teacher, Mrs. Marla Renaud. My incredible principal, Mrs. Holly Wilson, sincerely cares for every student that comes through Linfield, and she has taught me so much during my 4 years of high school. Her amazing leadership inspires me daily. Mrs. Marla Renaud. Oh, where do I even start? Mrs. Renaud has been there every step of my 4 years of high school. She's in charge of ASB, all student activities, and everything fun. She's a mentor, our rock, the light in our day, and takes her job to the next level. Thank you so much for everything. In the fall, I will be attending Yale University studying molecular cellular developmental biology, and I will be in the Navy ROTC program. I hope to become a naval flight surgeon after I graduate from Yale. With Memorial Day on Monday, I would like to talk a little bit about my parents' military service and how this pertains to me. My passion is service to others, as Mrs. Wilson said earlier, and I feel that I share this passion with my parents. I spoke earlier about how my dad launched on September 11th, 2001 an F-14 Tomcat to defend our country, and how he wrote a journal during this time, and even though I was only 1 at the time. When he gave me this journal when I was old enough, although the journal did outline some of his flight missions, he expounded upon leadership and service, and I absolutely loved it. I have realized that I have been blessed to grow up in a family with both parents flying in the Navy, and also attend a school like Linfield that instills such a strong sense of service. When I think about the true meaning of this Monday, Memorial Day, a day to honor and remember our fallen military heroes, many family friends of ours, I feel a deep sense of honor that I'm being given the chance to serve in the same military after I graduate Yale. I look forward to the opportunity to develop and challenge myself as I learn how to be an effective naval officer during my 4 years at Yale in the Navy ROTC program. I feel that I have this incredible journey ahead, and I get to walk in the footsteps of extraordinary human beings. It is an absolute blessing to know that I will be commissioned as a United States naval officer when I graduate college. I will have the opportunity to continue to serve, and at that time, serve my country. In closing, I would like to say thank you to everyone again. Congratulations to all the other students, and go Navy, go Bulldogs, and most importantly, God bless you all and God bless America.
As Thomas said, I've been blessed to be his ASP advisor for 4 years. Thomas is incredible. He has a 4.33 GPA. He's our valedictorian. He got a 35 on his ACT. He received a ginormous national ROTC Navy scholarship. He's captain of the throwers on the track and field team. He's had a lead in our spring musical all 4 years. He's incredible. But the most important thing about Thomas is his heart. Thomas is standing here because of these two people here and the life lessons they've imparted upon him. But Thomas appreciates it. A couple of months ago, Thomas was helping me with something. We started to drive off in the golf cart, and he says, wait a minute. And his mom was there helping us with something that day. And he goes up and he tells his mom goodbye and he gives her a kiss. And he gets back in the cart and I said, Thomas, you are the best. He goes, nope, my mom's the best. But it's the fact that Thomas puts into action the lessons that they've given him every day. Last Wednesday night, Thomas received the plaque of distinction for math. And when the head of the department was up there, he said, well, Thomas is indeed our top math student. What makes Thomas so incredible is his heart and willingness to want to help out his fellow classmates. At the beginning of the year, Mrs. Wilson was speaking to our school about what we expect from Linfield Lions, and she talked about kindness. And she said, I looked up the definition of kindness, and here's what I found. And she put up a picture of Thomas. Everyone in the audience just started, yeah, Thomas, Thomas, because everyone loves Thomas. Thomas is kind, Thomas is caring, Thomas says thank you, Thomas gives credit where credit is due. Robert Greenleaf says that somebody that's humble does not think of themselves less. They just do not think less of themselves. They just think of themselves less. That is Thomas. Thomas, you've been such a gift to our school. You've been such a gift to me. I love you to bits.
Okay. As a principal, we get our hearts ripped out every year, right? It's not fair. Yes. All right, now the student of the year from Great Oak High School, the principal, Miss Amy Ricken and Justin Reed. Come on up.
All right, so Great Oaks student of the year is Justin Reed. We're going to do the official medal. The fact that Justin has been awake for how many hours now? 24 hours? So we had our senior grad night at Magic Mountain last night. So Justin hasn't gone to bed yet from yesterday. So it's exciting. It's tough, man. Student of the year caliber right there. So on behalf of Great Oak High School, we'd like to thank Sally and the Temecula Chamber and Temecula Valley Unified School District and our awesome superintendent, Mr. Ritter, and all of our incredibly generous sponsors for today. I think it's always the highlight of our spring as we're kind of grinding out the rest of the school year to be here. And Justin is one of the most accomplished students we've ever had come through Great Oak High School, and I've been there for 15 years since we opened the doors. And I don't often do this in the last couple years as I've been principal at Great Oak, but I'm gonna highlight a couple of the awesome things. His weighted GPA has ranged from a 4.7 to a 4.9. Just throwing that out there. He's a national AP scholar with distinction who's earned scores of 5 on more than 10 AP exams. He's earned the multi-literacy seal from the county and also the state biliteracy seal. He's a full IB diploma scholar. He's got more community service hours than I can add up, but maybe our math teacher, Mr. Maxey, can help with that. He is our class valedictorian, and he will be attending Brown University in the fall. But in case you were thinking that Justin was too good to be true, you should know that he has some flaws. He has 2 full all-day absences on his record. It's true. He has 1 period tardy on his record. And perhaps the most troublesome to me, Justin, is that you applied and were admitted to the University of Michigan, but you decided not to go. Who does that, Justin? Who does that? And ask yourself that. No, I know. No laundry basket for you. In all seriousness, for real, because I give them a hard time because our salutatorian is going to the University of Michigan. Just throwing that out there. We've had some jokes at the senior awards nights the last week and a half. But in all seriousness, what has earned Justin the Student of the Year honors, like so many others here today, is not those test scores. It's not those accolades and that GPA that I think some of us wonder how he even calculated. It's been a few years, in fact, many years, since Great Oak has had their valedictorian also be named as the Student of the Year, because it's a really delicate balance, I think, to instill both that academic rigor and that amazing competitive spirit to drive yourself to the highest levels with the coursework offered in IB and AP, but also to instill just a heart of service and just a general kindness and authenticity, and that's exactly who Justin is. His teachers and students that know him describe him as a phenomenal human being and just a great person who's a true and loyal friend, who's kind, he has integrity, and specifically, he's the first to come to those who need help, and his concern is always genuine. He makes others better. And at Great Oak High School, we couldn't be more proud that he not only is our valedictorian, but he's our Student of the Year. And, you know, he's the real deal. We're going to miss him. I get emotional thinking about all the awesome things that you've done over the last couple years, Justin. So on behalf of Great Oak High School, we're incredibly proud of you, and congratulations.
Hello everyone. My name is Justin Ree, and I'm from Great Oak High School. I'm a senior, and I'd like to begin by thanking Sally Myers and the Temecula Chamber of Commerce and all the sponsors who made this event possible. And I'm so honored to be here today representing my school as the Student of the Year. It's been quite a year full of many highlights. I came here from Six Flags just a couple hours ago. I'm quite glad that I wasn't sure I'd get off some of those rides. And just the number of highlights I've had throughout this year in my high school career have made me realize how special it is to be a student here in Temecula. And I feel the experiences I've had in Temecula and the support that I've received have truly set me up for success. Within my school, Great Oak itself, I've been able to take full advantage of many opportunities offered to me. This has included my ability to explore my passion for mathematics and science through Science Olympiad and Mu Alpha Theta, which is our Mathematics National Honor Society at Great Oak. And being able to explore this passion really in depth has exposed me to certain things that I would not have been exposed to in traditional curriculum. Like, for example, I remember walking into a UCSD math competition with our Mu Alpha Theta club and walking into that test and knowing absolutely nothing and coming out completely just lost. But it's those feelings like that I truly enjoy experiencing and recognizing how much there is to know. And because of this and the opportunities presented to me at Great Oak, I've truly developed a passion for learning. And in addition to this, in pursuing a passion of service, Great Oak has offered me opportunities to serve through clubs like Key Club and NHS, in which I've been involved. And this summer, I will be helping to tutor homeschooled children in science and mathematics, continuing to pursue my passion for the fields of STEM. Even outside Great Oak, I was able to be involved in the Temecula Valley through an organization called Gears for Robots, which sponsors our robotics team. And here I was able to develop a passion for creating and being able to engineer devices and different robotics robotic components to compete in different competitions. And through my, also with Temecula, my involvement with the Boy Scouts and with the Student of the Year program. None of this would have been possible without the community here in Temecula and the people and my mentors and my parents. So I'd like to thank them. For without them, I would not be here today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mrs. Ricken missed two components of what makes Justin so phenomenal. One is that he's actually an Eagle Scout on top of it all. And she kind of touched on it, but his grade point average is so high because, and I think it's at this point in time, I think he's taken 24 AP. Sorry, 24 AP, IB, or college level courses during his career at Great Oak. So phenomenal. So I had the opportunity to come and speak on Justin's behalf back in September when he got Student of the Month. And when Justin came to me and asked me to speak on his behalf again, I wasn't quite for sure what I want to talk about because I didn't want to say the same things over and over again. So I opted to, actually what Ms. Ricken did, I just found out, as I reached out to some of his fellow classmates, his peers, the other students of the month, because I wanted them to speak to him because I think Justin knows how we all feel about him, but maybe not necessarily by his peers. So these are some of the things that his peers had to say about him. Justin is the unique and powerful combination of both natural ability and incredible strong work ethic. He will undoubtedly succeed in whichever avenue he chooses to pursue. He is a great student, but even a better friend and a kind heart. Justin is the type of person who could easily not study and still get the best grades out of anyone in his class. This makes it all the more unfair that he is super motivated and works his butt off, leaving people like me hopelessly to ever best him in anything academic. That's from the kid that his nickname is the Human Calculator. He's very impressive and someone everybody looks towards. The man with the greatest humility and success and outstanding role model. He's really cool. Minecraft. So I asked the students to say something about it, or a word or a sentence, and this student said Minecraft. And so I asked a little bit about it. And so when I came to the Student of the Month, I was under the notion, under the understanding that Justin doesn't ever sleep because he's always studying. Well, it turns out that that's not entirely true because he spends a lot of time playing video games. So when I asked Justin about this, he actually threw his dad under the bus and said it's because when his dad is away, because he's on rotation, he's a doctor, and when he's away for a while and he comes back, that's how they spend their time like together. And it's Justin said it was a very special time for him to spend time with his dad that way. So just kind of a touching story about Justin. Two more, sorry. Justin maintains an aura of supportive competition, striving to lift up others while still excelling in every task given to him, never bragging, but also never having false modesty. And the last one, I believe that Justin is not only a great student, but also a great person. He is always ready to help others when they are struggling, even if he doesn't always have the time. Justin will go far in life, not because he is smart, although it helps, but because he works a lot. He is ready to put in the effort, and that is what will make all the difference. I wanted to focus, there was two common themes in those last two, and they both had to do with helping others. Justin is always there. He's always doing it, and he's always helping out others. Just yesterday, I gave a test, and I'm probably the evil person at this point in time because the other teachers in the room know try and corral and motivate seniors at this time of the year is like herding cats. So we had a test yesterday, and it fell right at the end of intervention. So intervention is the half an hour time we have to intervene and help other students. Well, they were spending that time focusing on the test. Justin had it in the bag, no big deal. And I look over, everybody's supposed to be sitting and working, right? And there's one kid out of his desk, and it's Justin. And he's actually sitting on another desk, but he's helping two other students that had been gone and had missed a lot of class time for their testing. And so here he was going into a test, and he wasn't worried about himself. He was putting himself out there. And they weren't even his friends. It's not like they're enemies, but they weren't his close friends. He was just going out and seeking the people that really needed the help. And that's the thing that I really admire about Justin, and I will definitely miss you next year. So.
All right, and now we'd like to bring up Rancho Christian's principal, Craig Swanson, and their student of the year.
All right. Well, thank you, and congratulations, everybody in the room. Actually, it's not just the students, but everyone deserves congratulations this morning. I just wanted to say hi, Sally. I know it's killing you for not being here, but I know you'll look back at the video. So just wanted to say that we all love you. Everybody say it at the same time. We love you, Sally. All right. Thank you to all the sponsors also for supporting this event. It's just the best event I've seen in my years of honoring students and families and teachers and principals. So very thankful for all of you. Thank you very much. This morning I get to talk quickly about Teddy Max Talanoa. I have many, many things to say about Teddy Max, but it's not enough time to list them all. Obviously a very strong academic student, as all of the students here are. But Teddy is just so much more. He has a huge impact on our campus. He walks around and he counsels students, he counsels other students, he counsels teachers, he counsels the principal. He boldly tells them that it's going to be okay. God loves you and he will be with you. As I'm, crying in my office. No, I'm kidding. But he really does counsel other students. He's unbelievable and just such a big heart. He's got great Godfidence. I say Godfidence because he is very humble, but he's got great confidence because he knows who he is in God's eyes. And he walks very confidently. Get in here, you. All right. Very confidently because he knows who walks with him. He's got great support at home. His mom and grandma are here, and they've had a huge impact on his life. I love their family, and just very thankful for Teddy. And I just, lastly, I just want to say I love Teddy Max Talanoa. I don't want to get in the wrong one. Teddy Max now. All right. All right. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. While she may not be here, thank you so much, Mrs. Sally Myers, for your continual dedication to bettering everyone around you and just for your thoughtful generosity as evidenced by programs such as this. I'd also like to express my utmost gratitude to the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce just for your unceasing efforts in advancing our community and for ultimately selecting me to accept this great honor. But of course, all praise and glory goes to our Father in heaven and the perfect God of the universe who loves us not because of what we do, but because of who we are in him. And that leads me to my passion. I am a firm believer in openness and vulnerability, so I must admit that I was initially dumbfounded when I read the prompt. I don't know if any of the other students felt that. I was just, unfortunately, my perfectionist tendencies got the best of me, so I obsessed over how I wanted to articulate the ordered chaos that goes on up here. And so, so forgive me for reading from my notes, but it is the product of my brain desperately seeking at 4 a.m. this morning to be wholly honest with all of you. My passion is three-dimensional. As a follower of Christ, my passion for our Savior drives me to live purposefully by aligning my will with His, which leads me to my passion for meaningful connection with people. I submit to a greater cause that inspires me to come into relationship because of the significance of united love in the midst of seemingly inconsequential action. And this induces the last dimension of my passion. I am passionate about social justice. As society currently finds itself in the postmodern era, people are presented with the two extremes of overemphasized individualism versus an elevated groupthink mentality. Both options effectively remove responsibility, which is caused by a deterioration of self-perception throughout recent generations, resulting in countless individuals losing their personal identity in a world that merely provides hollow classification instead of grounded identification. This elimination of identity and its consequence of corrupting responsibility cannot be rectified until we realize the greatest example we have of balance between personal responsibility and accountability of others, Jesus Christ. On one side of the postmodern worldview, accompanied by a deification of man, the gaining popularity of hyper-individualism has been ensured by a postmodernism that legitimizes insecure narcissism because there is no divine existence. On the other hand of this perspective, there is a perpetual denial of truth that results in a groupthink mentality whose isolated ideology reinforces their own views and encourages separation from reality. A comprehension of the core of one's being, separate from tangible achievement, has become an increasingly difficult task in a society comprised of a multitude of distinct, over-celebrated groups. Categories as fickle as sexuality, race, and political ideology have been promoted at the expense of formative characters, our generation, whose grasping of self has been replaced with mere systematization. This type of classification provides zero awareness to the durable core of one's essence. And unfortunately, identity formation has become an illusion, which is revealed by the fact that sense of self has become the framing of cultural expectation around one's innermost attributes and deciding which aspects are a socially acceptable representation. In regards to the alleged cohesion encountered through labels, modern classification, as a result of postmodernism, provides a diluted form of community, in that it completely disregards commonality with all of mankind for the sake of similarity with specific persons. And self-identification is the pinnacle of hyper-individualism, yet once someone classifies themselves, they get funneled into a groupthink. I assert that the responsibility we take in this lifetime is directly proportional to the identity we have. And a generation who doesn't know who they are will be unable to take responsibility. Getting to Jesus. Jesus doesn't show us who we are through the complex. He does it by showing us how to live, and he shows us by dying for us, resurrecting, and naming us according to him. Identity in this way is received and not achieved. The identity crisis, and ergo the growing issue of young men and women refusing to take responsibility, is a result of a postmodernism that emphasizes hyper-individualism or groupthink, and its result of broken identity. By having Christ be the heart of who I am enabled to identify with a global community and take responsibility for more than just myself. This creates commonality within diversity, and while there are many noble pursuits that make up my character, at the absolute truth of my being, I am not a football player or a track star or the National Honor Society president or ASB vice president or a thespian like Thomas Wright. I am God's child. I am a unique and different part that God has created for a more beautiful whole. I believe I add value to those around me by being secure in the identity I have in Christ. Who I am in Jesus Christ has enabled me to make a difference in the lives of others through responsibility, authenticity, and selflessness. God recently blessed me with the challenge of experiencing life with the people of Ethiopia. And while our team ministered and shared the gospel there, I was struck by the appreciation and thankfulness that exuded every person. Having an attitude of gratitude has empowered me to go forth and commend everything to the Lord, for he has already claimed ultimate victory. I was also reminded to be in a never-ending state of humility, and I believe with others, I have helped create an environment where people can find purpose by serving a God who loves them and calls for responsible, authentic, and selfless individuals. Speaking of these qualities, accompanied with me today is my lovely mother and my amazing grandmother. And this fall, I will be attending Gordon College in Wenham, Massachusetts. Looking ahead as a person planning on pursuing the medical field, I will be paying it forward by studying to become a neurosurgeon, and if not found yet, seek to develop a cure for Alzheimer's. From this, I will travel to third world countries and establish clinics to raise recognition of this disease. To God be all the glory.
Amen.
This happened last time. As if this hasn't been I met Teddy when he was in the 7th grade. And there were a young man and a young woman who were being bullied, and they were isolated, and Teddy brought them into my classroom, and he started a club. I think it was the Zodiac Killer Club. They were going to try to solve the Zodiac case, and I don't know that Teddy has any interest in that at all. But Teddy did that. Come on in, my friend. Teddy did that so that those two, that young man and young woman, would have a friend and a place to be at lunch. And Teddy is the president of our National Honor Society. He has taken and passed multiple AP exams. He is the captain of the football team and the track team. He was the offensive lineman of the year in our football league and the thrower of the year in our league for track. He won the Thespian of the Year award. He played Jesus Christ in Godspell, and he also played the elephant in the Lorax, and is just an incredible singer. And I could go on. But we have an advanced theology class, and Teddy is also our high school chaplain and student ministry leader. When I say God loves you, I got an email from Teddy after saying in chapel that one of the things I often struggle with is that God loves me personally. And I got an email that day from Teddy that said God loves you. And I found out I was one of about 100 students who had received that email. Teddy just goes through our list of people in our email server and emails them that. And it's turned into a club. They call it the Glide Club. I don't like the name, but it stands for God loves you. And it's a group of students that have been organized to push that message out into our communities. And so in a world that Teddy's talking about, he's an incredible intellect, you can tell, that in a world where between 2010 and 2015, the suicide rate in this country amongst teens went up by 30%. Our young people are dying for identity and purpose and to know who they are, and to know that they are loved, to know that they are named by a Father who loves them is transformative. And finely polished must be the mirrors that are made to reflect the glory of God. And that is a quote from A.B. Bruce in his book, The Training of the 12. And I think it reflects Teddy more than any young man I've known. His story is incredible. He's been through incredible struggle. He's had very heavy weight placed on his shoulders, and he's borne that weight. And nothing reminds me more of my Savior, Jesus Christ, than an innocent person, bearing the weight of the world and doing it out of love. And that's this young man. So I love you, Teddy. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm going to miss you.
All right. Well, I welcome up Mr. Alan Williams from Temecula Valley High School.
Well, I want to recognize our Student of the Year, Adriana McAfee. We're so proud of her and all that she's accomplished this year and over the last 4 years at Temecula Valley High School. She is truly a shining star, and when we think about who a Golden Bear is, she embodies all those characteristics and qualities that we really want to put in the limelight. I'm going to tell a couple stories about Adriana that have just happened recently. She's a fixture on our campus at most every event. She's a scholar, she's focused, and she's driven. But there was recently an event sponsored by the Black Student Union on our campus, and it was an all-inclusive event and one that was really powerful because it really allowed students to talk about things that are endearing to them as a community and things that they really wanted to discuss in a forum that was safe, that had boundaries to it, and there was a lot of good speakers there and things that we really enjoyed. But there was one moment in it, we had guests over from Chaparral. We had also joined Chaparral's forum there when it happened on their campus, and their bus was coming to pick them up. And so the event hadn't quite ended yet, but Chaparral needed to go because our bus schedule kind of runs the show, and they had to pick up elementary school kids and so on. And so there was some commotion and movement, and Adriana was here at the podium. And the word that came to my mind when there was movement, it hadn't quite finished, and the lunch bell was ringing, is she was so incredibly poised at the podium. And a lot of people wouldn't have been in that place, in her shoes, that way, but I was incredibly impressed about how she carries herself consistently on our campus. And I thought in that moment, it just really reflected the type of woman that she is and who she will continue to be in the future. The other event was our senior awards night, and Adriana crossed the stage, I don't know if it was 5, 10, or 15 times picking up.
It was only 3.
It was only 3. Adriana, you're not supposed to say that right now. I appreciate your truth and honesty. It felt like 15 times. And so after the event, we had a really nice reception, and it was great because parents just want to stay in that moment because it's all moving so rapidly. And so I was really glad about that, and Adriana was there. And then time went, it was about 45 minutes of just discussion and photographs and things like that. So you would think on a night like this that you wouldn't see Adriana at the end, but when I was in the gym with just a couple other staff members, there were 6 students left, and there's Adriana cleaning up, folding tables, taking off the tablecloths. And so those 2 moments says a lot about who Adriana is. We're so proud of her and all that she's accomplished at Temecula Valley High School, and you're going to continue to be an incredible person as you move forward in your college career. So thank you, Adriana.
Hello, everyone. My name's Adriana, but you can call me Audie, like the car, but not really. I want to start off by saying to Miss Sally Myers, my dad wanted to say that Temecula is still the place to be. So I want to thank everyone who's helped me get to this position in my life as Temecula Valley's High School Student of the Year. This includes the sponsors of this amazing event, my teachers and administrators from TVHS, who have provided me with many different opportunities, and most importantly, my family. When it came to write this speech, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to say. Around this same time, I had a meeting with my ASB advisor, Mr. B, who we have like debriefs in which he just checks up on the presidents of the class, and he asked me, what do you think makes you a good leader? I kind of sat there for a minute, seemed like an eternity of like awkward silence until he answered that question for me, and he said that you don't think you're a good leader because you don't think you are. At first that confused me even more until I thought about it, and I realized that if I had gotten comfortable thinking that I was a good leader, I would never want to improve myself. So I don't think I am because I want to constantly expand my horizons. From being a leader, I'm not the smartest person in math or science. I'm pretty good at English, but I know that I love working with people. Like, that's just one of my passions. I love helping people. I love analyzing them. Like, just people are just interesting. So I would like to use that passion for people and helping people when I go study in the fall at UC Santa Cruz in communications and minoring in political science. I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I want to continue using my passion and to better help people and help myself to continue to improve. Now that all my AP classes are finally over, this summer, one of my biggest things that I want to get back into is reading. As a child, you would only see me with a book, like sitting somewhere in a corner, just like finishing them in a couple days. And I haven't had a chance to do that, just being so busy, so I'd really like to get back into that. Renewing that passion of reading will allow me to continue to grow in knowledge and perspectives, where I can be a leader in my family and my community at UC Santa Cruz and eventually in my career, whatever that might be. I would like to once again thank my dad for being a great example of a leader and holding our family together after my mom passed away. I can't imagine my journey in life with anyone else by my side, and I would also like to thank Miss Michelle for being like my on-campus mom. I would also like to thank Mr. Williams for continually encouraging me. And thank you for everyone for this amazing honor, and congratulations to everyone who have received it. And as my dad would say once more, may God continue to bless you. Thank you.
my timer because I'm a storyteller, so stick to the time. So I am so honored to be here to speak to how amazing Adriana is, or Audie as we call her. So she and I met because I'm a school psychologist for the district, so I travel a lot. And I spend a lot of time on campus at Temecula Valley High School because I help support that caseload as well. And so walking around that campus, when I first started there, I noticed that a lot of our students needed an anchor. They needed a place where they can go and feel safe, particularly our African American students. And so we started the Black Student Union. And she was one of our very first board members. And so I've known Audie for 3 years. And with the traveling pieces, which is why I mentioned it, is that there are things that need to happen when you're building a club that you have to have responsible students handle. And for Adriana, she's the ASB president. She's AP, she's all over the place. I didn't think that she would have time to put in the effort to actually start this club and keep it going. And she was able to do it very responsibly, so easy. That word poise, she's so poised. And then when you find out all that she carries, you would think, like, how is it that we don't see a wrinkle in your performance or in your appearance or how you're, she carries a lot at home in the community on campus, and yet she is so poised. Really? What did I do?
I yield you time.
Okay. So anyway, what I just really wanted to say that Adriana makes people better. And when they are around her, they grow. They want to be inspired. They want to be responsible. They don't want to disappoint her, not because she's authoritarian and you'd better do this, but because she's the complete opposite. And she's just like, okay, we need to get this done. What can we do? And her dedication, her level of care, it pulls people in, and it makes them want to be better people. And so even myself, when I get overwhelmed with my work or my kids or I really do. I can look at Adriana and say, well, I guess she's fine over there. So, she handled it. She's doing well. It just reminds me to pull from within, because that is just what she does. And I'm excited that she's interested in politics, because she is truly a world changer. And she's not going to change the world with the "you better this," but more so just coming in, seeing the need, and being dedicated to doing something about it. And so with that, as she pulls people along with her, we will see effective change happen in whatever area she chooses to focus on. And so I'm excited not only to know her, but I'm excited as a citizen of this world to know that she is going to be one of our super humble future leaders. I'm very excited for that. So thank you.
All right, at this time, we'll be calling up the principal from Susan H. Nelson High School and Temecula Advantage Virtual School, Michael Hubbard.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Williams. That was very kind of you. I want to thank everyone who's here, all of the sponsors, all the people that make this great event come together. As I said, the first time I came to one of these events was back in, I believe, October, and I had no idea what to expect. I honestly thought it was another one of those bumper sticker things, but it's clearly much more than that, far beyond that. Being the principal of an independent study school is kind of a unique experience. Unfortunately, what comes along with that is you don't really get to know the kids real well. So most of what I know about students comes from their teachers. It's just the nature of how things work. They come and they go. Their schedules are not always the same. But what I can tell you is that the program that Madeline is part of, the Temecula Advantage Virtual School, is a very rigorous program that offers A through G requirements and AP coursework as well. And the students that do these things and have these great accomplishments do them not all on their own, but virtually on their own. They are self-starters, they are motivated, they are passionate, they are tenacious in many ways. And Madeline, based on the things that I have learned about her, is all of those things. She came to us from Temecula Valley High School. Sorry, Mr. Williams, you lost one. She has been a student in the Temecula Valley Unified School District since she was a kindergartner at Abbey Renke. And I believe that beyond the support that her parents give her, beyond her commitment and her teachers' commitment, that everyone in this room who are members of the community need to celebrate yourselves, because Temecula continues to be a very unique and fabulous community in this day and age, raising amazing children to do incredible things. All of the kids in this room make me feel very small. I can't even imagine some of the things that you've done. I truly wish I would have taken my education more seriously, but here I am. So, all that being said, I would like to introduce you to Madeline Topetti.
A medal.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I got so excited I forgot
It's
to do
okay. You're good.
Okay, can you do like the sprinter thing?
Yeah.
Give me the gold medal. I'll try not to hit you in the head with it. Okay. Oops, whack, sorry.
All right. Good morning, everyone. First, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of our sponsors and Miss Sally Myers, who couldn't be here today. You know, I was kind of wrestling with what to talk to you guys about today, and on so many UC applications and college applications and scholarship applications, one of the most foremost questions is, what is your passion? What do you want to do with your life? And so I just kind of rewind a little bit and tell you about how I came to what my passion is today. So growing up, I always loved to tell stories. I always loved to talk to people. When I was 4 years old, I would, sit in the corner of the room. My parents can attest to this, and I would be talking, rapidly using my hands, gesticulating to the wall, and there wasn't anyone there. I was just telling a story to my imaginary friends. At 7, I wrote my first script. It was about my grandmas, and I remember I was so excited, and that kind of relayed into my passion for writing and for reading and for telling stories. And as I went out through middle school and high school, I thought a lot to myself, what do I want to do with my life? And I want to impact people, and I want to make relationships. And I believe relationships are the cornerstone of what we are here for, is to make relationships with people. And going into my junior year, figuring out what I wanted to do with my life, I figured out I want to be a screenwriter. And I grew up watching TV, in between all of my other passions. I watched a lot of TV, and I remember my mom would always tell me, why are you watching so much TV? What are you doing? What are you wasting your time? But watching TV, it gave me a lot of insight into people and into relationships. And one of the most foremost issues that I saw watching a lot of TV and media was the portrayal of Christian characters. And I saw just a marginalization of Christians and minority characters, both racially and, in religion. And I wanted to change that because as a Christian myself, I didn't want to be portrayed that way, and I wanted a real insight into these characters and give them the dimension that they deserve. So accordingly, this fall I will be studying at Biola University for their film school, getting a cinema and media arts degree with an emphasis in writing for TV and film. And what I would really like to do in my 4 years at Biola, being a Christian school, is being able to write these characters and tell these stories and give these people the dimension that they deserve. And it's being in a program like TAVS that really fostered this ability to tell stories. Switching over from a public school, been in public school all my life, as Mr. Hubbard said, and going into an independent study program, I didn't really know what to expect. I was scared, I was nervous, I never done this before. I remember sitting at my computer the first day and it felt so odd, and I felt, why am I not at school? And it was such a weird feeling, but I can honestly say that without Mrs. Wardak right here and my parents, I would not be standing here today. She has helped me through some of the most difficult times in my life when I thought I couldn't make it any farther. And, the curriculum was just killing me. And I was like, I gotta make it to work on time. And she was like, just take a step back, relax. And I really appreciate her guidance in my life. And she was the one, all the times during our meetings every week, she would sit down and she would encourage me, keep going. I see this gift in you, and I didn't even see it in myself. So I want to thank you for helping to cultivate and nurture my passion. And I hope one day when I'm able to come back to Temecula, I can share my successes with you, because I wouldn't be here without you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Madeline. And thank you, Sally Myers and the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce for this wonderful opportunity to sing the praises of our amazing Student of the Month, Madeline Tapetti. Nearly 5 years ago, my husband and I were blessed with the opportunity to adopt 2 beautiful baby boys. In doing so, we've experienced all the joys of being parents. At the same time, our once carefree minds are now filled with thoughts of wonder. We wonder what they'll be like when they grow up, what profession they will choose, what will they look like. We wonder who they'll marry. But most often, we wonder about the essence of their humanity. Will they be kind, compassionate, loving, generous, patient, truthful, and forgiving? For these are the attributes that not only develop us into righteous people, but truly contributes to the betterment of humanity. When I look at Madeline Tapetti, our much deserving Student of the Year at Susan Nelson School, I see beyond all the amazing academic accolades she so rightfully earned. Rather, I see the essence of her humanity, and it illuminates her. Madeline is caring and loving. She indiscriminately befriends people. Her inquisitive nature has her constantly seeking conversations with those around her to enlighten her mind and open her to new experiences. She actively listens to others with curiosity and delight. She values people for who they are and what they have to offer. Madeline is grateful and giving. She has been blessed with a spiritual soul, connected to her Creator, and committed to giving back as she leads student venture and volunteers at our local church while working part-time and going to school. She keenly understands that success isn't simply earned, she understands that success isn't simply about earning, but about equally contributing. Madeline is truthful and committed. Her strong faith propels her to seek truth and justice and to stand up for it when necessary. I have no doubt that Madeline will achieve great success in her career as an acclaimed writer, for her passion to write is the maker of who she is and where she plans on going. But I am even more certain that her indelible attributes will make the lives of those around her so much more meaningful. And as her light shines and illuminates the world, perhaps her humanity will restore faith in others. Mr. and Mrs. Tapetti, although as parents you'll probably never stop wondering about the future of your beloved daughter, I look to you two as guidance and inspiration. For not only have you instilled the importance of education in Madeline, but you've gifted the world with a true treasure. Thank you.
I'm not exactly sure how to do this, but I'm going to introduce myself as the principal of Rancho Vista High School, and I would ask that Eric Ruiz and Laura Cooper please come forward. To kind of clarify this thing, in case you guys aren't aware, come over here, buddy. The two schools that I just mentioned are on the same location. It's called the Joan F. Sparkman Alternative Education Center, and it's comprised of actually 3 schools because we have an adult ed program as well that has 6 different programs. Rancho Vista is more along the lines of the school that most of us went to. As far as kids are there every day, or they're supposed to be there every day. They're in class, or they're supposed to be in class. But it's that more traditional setting. I was given the great opportunity to take over for another gentleman who did a wonderful job for a couple of years at the center as the interim principal there. And one of the first people that I met when I went on campus on October 1st was Eric Ruiz, who, if you look at Eric, he's not a tiny fella. And he looks more mature than he is, as far as his age. I didn't know anything about him, didn't know what to expect, but I was raised by very wonderful parents, as all the children in this room were today, to not pass judgment on people until you understand who they are. And then don't pass judgment, because that's not your job. What I found in Eric was this incredibly kind-hearted, soft-spoken young man who had his own interesting and unique journey that took him to Rancho Vista. All the kids that ended up at Rancho, for whatever reason, be it something they've done or something that's been done to them, come to us, in many cases, woefully credit deficient. Eric was one such of those children who came to us in August, needing more than 100 credits to graduate. The program is unique in that it runs a quarter system, so it's possible to earn up to 120 credits in a school year. Eric earned what he needed in 3 quarters, and he did it in an exemplary fashion. When we were preparing for graduation now, and I'm looking for students to do things like give speeches, Eric was on the ready to volunteer to do that, and he came to me and said, "Mr. Hubbard, I want to volunteer to be the valedictorian." For those of you who don't know, the way our program works, we don't have a valedictorian, but now we do. I don't know if he's ever really the first person who's ever done that, but I think I would have unvolunteered as well, because back in the day you used to have to give a speech, right? Couldn't have done that as a kid. Anyway, Eric is a great young man. He's going to be going to Palomar Community College. I'm going to share some of your stories, so you can share it again if you want to, but he would like to be an architect. And in speaking with him, one of the things he would like to do is he would like to build a community. And I believe that spirit, the spirit of this community, will spill over into his dream to build that community. And I offer him nothing but my best wishes, and I'm going to let him speak now. So thank you for listening. Oh. Apparently I'm just selfish. I have to give things. I'm going to whack it. There you are, good man.
Hi, I'm Eric Ruiz, and first I'd like to thank everybody for this amazing event, like the sponsors and the Chamber of Commerce. And this is just a lot because unlike most of you students, I don't have like the grades like you guys. I don't have the test scores or the AP classes, but I definitely did come a long way to get here. Like you said, I came to Rancho with only 45 credits, and I made it a goal to graduate, and I strived for that goal, and I ended up graduating early, 3 quarters in March instead of June. And like you said, my passion is I want to be an architect. I'd like to go to college, but through my actions as a young adult, I can't get into university. But going to Palomar College is what I want to do, and then I want to transfer into a university and get a better degree, and eventually invest in the real estate to provide a neighborhood and eventually a community. And wouldn't say that I can say that I'm different from every one of you guys, but I definitely did set a high goal for myself, and it wasn't only a goal, it was a dream. And as a person of myself and the actions that I've made in my life, I can say that that dream is coming true with this scholarship. I see myself as different because unlike all of you guys, I failed every single class from freshman to junior year at Chaparral High School, and which was really hard for me because I didn't think I was going to graduate early. So that's how I see myself as different. And what I want to say is I not only did this for myself, but I did it for my mom and my dad because I know I put them through a lot, and it's what they would have wanted. say because it was a struggle for me to write the speech because, you know, I don't have all the academics like all of you guys, and I'm not as achieved as you guys, but I did want to share my story and know that I did deserve to be here today because I tried my hardest, and I continue to try my hardest in the future. So thank you.
Good morning. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today with Eric Ruiz. I'm one of his teachers at Rancho Vista High School, and what's unique about our high school is that every student that attends our school has a story. There's always a reason for them to come to Rancho Vista, and Eric is no exception. I'll have to admit, when he first came to our school, he was a little intimidating, right? But with time, we developed a really good rapport with each other. And for such a young man, he has experienced much adversity in his life. But the cool thing is that when he came to the crossroads in his life, he decided to choose the right path. And he knew he had to make some changes in order to have a successful and meaningful life. You see, success is not difficult to achieve when you have so many things in your favor, people supporting you, but success is so much sweeter and meaningful when you push yourself forward and relentlessly continue in life despite the odds against you. And that is what Eric has done. I have seen Eric grow as a young man. He is a leader and a mentor to his peers, and he is ready to embark on the next chapter of his life as he strives for success. And I speak for all of the teachers at Rancho Vista High School when I say that Eric is so deserving of this honor and a great representative for our high school. So congratulations, Eric.
It is my honor to introduce the principal of Temecula Preparatory School, Miss Julie Fuller.
Yeah, you remind the other ones. I love that.
All right, it is my honor to introduce our Student of the Year, Trinity Chikwanda. I just want to take a moment and thank students for all the really wonderful inspirational stories that you've shared today. I'm humbled and honored to be a part of this today, and it's just been a really great end of the year experience and so amazing for all of you students. Thank you for sharing your stories. And thank you parents and teachers and principals for mentoring these young people, because we're all a team and we're all on the team for these students because they're our future and they have so much to share with our future generation, and without you and their support, they couldn't be where they are today. Trinity is a student that we're very proud of at TPS. She joined us in 5th grade, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her from a different angle, not from a principal point of view, but from a mother's point of view, I guess. Because I started hearing about Trinity in about 5th or 6th grade from my daughter, who happens to be a friend of Trinity. And so when I started hearing stories about her, of course, like any mother does, you want to find out more about this student that your own child is hanging out with to make sure they're worthy. And happy to tell you that she was and continues to be. What I've noticed about Trinity as I got to know her and her wonderful family is that Trinity has a wonderful work ethic. She has the perseverance and a can-do spirit, and whatever she puts her mind to, she does, and she does it well. Sometimes it's hard to juggle to be a well-rounded person, to do well in everything, but I'm here to tell you that Trinity, when she does her very best, she does what she wants to do. That doesn't make sense. Let me try to explain. Academically, she goes above and beyond. She studies, she works hard, she gets amazing grades. She is one of our top students. In sports, she puts her mind to something like that. She played volleyball, she worked hard, she persevered, she got to be I forgot what you call it, the captain, the people with the long sleeve shirts.
Varsity team.
Yeah, and on the varsity team pretty quickly in her career. She does track. She also, she volunteers. She started a free tutoring program at the library with her sister and continues to volunteer there. And she has a really great social group. So she's a very well-rounded young lady, and that's really hard to juggle everything. I also want to just take a moment to shout out to her parents who I've gotten to know. I gotta tell you, they're doing something right. Trinity is the youngest of 3 children, and all 3 of them have received the Student of the Year award. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Chiquanda, for your wonderful efforts and sharing your wonderful children with us, too. At this time, I want to pass the microphone over to Trinity and have her tell you about her dreams for the future.
Thank you, Mrs. Fuller. That was very inspiring and touching. Thank you. Hi, I'm Trinity Chiquanda. I would first like to say good morning to everyone here, all the sponsors, teachers, parents, and my fellow students. Congratulations to all the Student of the Years. You guys really deserve this award. There are some amazing individuals in this room. Wow, okay. You're all outstanding, and you truly deserve this honor, and I just feel so blessed to be up here to share this moment with you all. And I would especially like to thank Mrs. Sally Myers, who can't be here today, which makes me so sad because I wanted to see her, but she's away, so. And all the generous sponsors and the volunteers for running such an uplifting program in the Temecula Valley. So I want to share something about myself that I feel like not a lot of people know. It's not anything about my academics or my service career, so this is kind of interesting. So bringing my ideas to life is ingrained in my DNA. When I was younger, my older sister and I would choreograph dances and sing karaoke for an audience of my brother and our 2 parents. And since then, I have dabbled in all sorts of creative fields, from recently teaching myself how to play the ukulele to painting wall art for my mother's office. So at 11 years old, I discovered YouTube. I utilized it as a distraction from my daily routine that was part of school and sports. And the connection I felt with certain creators was so significant that I wondered what it would be like to create videos of my own to connect with like-minded people. And the desire to learn this unconventional art form to make an impact motivated me to start my channel, Just Me Trin. So in the early days, my videos were barely in the tens, the views at least, and let alone the hundreds. But what mattered to me the most was having fun while conveying messages of encouragement to kids my age on a national and international scale. I decided to start my Tea Talk series on my channel. So each episode covers topics such as deconstructing beauty standards to promoting self-acceptance, especially for young girls who look just like me. Being able to inspire young Black females to use their voices and express themselves is part of the reason why I do what I do. My hope is that those who stumble across my channel can develop a sense of empowerment and be motivated to create within their own lives. I am 4 years into my YouTube career, and it is perhaps the best decision I have ever made. I plan to continue making videos throughout college while I am attending Georgetown University, where I plan to major in mathematics. But I would not be where I am today in my YouTube career or my academic career without those who took the time to support me throughout the years. Today I have with me my wonderful parents, Navel and Gloria, my former English teacher and nominating teacher, Mr. Ariola, the woman who keeps me out of trouble at school, Mrs. Coltrane, my lovely sister, Chelsea, and my lovely dean, Mrs. Fuller. I will never let go of that creatively curious side of me. It keeps me going through the good days and the bad. To this day, I currently have amassed 5,500 subscribers to my channel and hope to continue to spread my message of positivity to the world. Thank you.
My name is Joseph Ariola. I am Trinity's nominating teacher, her former AP English teacher. Sadly, I do not teach any English anymore, so I won't get to see a lot of those super creative minds that are amazing writers. I am the theater teacher, and I'm also a little saddened by the fact that I never knew about her musical talents and her performing on YouTube until today, but excited to go check out that channel now. I wanted to start off by just, after hearing all these incredible stories, thanking the parents here today. I know that we live in a time right now where people are being told that to enable your kids and to stand by them no matter what the cost, even when they're wrong, as parents is how people should be parenting. We are sitting in a room of people who understand that loving your kids is also about holding them accountable, about teaching them responsibility and respect. And I want to thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it as a teacher, as a father. I think it's so, so important that we continue to teach our children those very, very important things. And knowing these two parents of Naval and Chelsea and Trinity has been such an honor. They've been such a blessing to my family, to love us, even as we are teaching their kids to constantly seek out the wisdom of teachers, but also to advise us as parents themselves, and to love our family at TPS, to just constantly be encouraging the teachers and the staff there. And we just feel so blessed by them as people. We are sad that this is the last one of their kiddos that we get to teach, but we know that we will keep in contact with them. And I just want to acknowledge Trinity for first off, her humility. I think as you see her up here, it's easy to tout one's accomplishments and to be as accomplished as she is, and from a family where people are going to Harvard and Penn State and Georgetown, and she just remains so meek and caring and always reaching out to other people to see how they are doing and really promoting others rather than herself. It's such a beautiful thing. The fact that both she and her sister invited Mrs. Coltrane, who is our head of campus security. Like, I don't know any other students who invite their head of campus security to these events. And it's beautiful to see the way that they've connected with her and the way that she's been able to mentor them. And I asked her to speak, actually, but as a theater person, I'm always up in front of a microphone. But she left it to me, so I still felt I had to give her a shout out back there and make everyone look at her. Anyway, but we just feel very blessed to have so many people on our campus that love these kids, and to have such incredible kids who support us as teachers, who love on us, who constantly come and seek us out. And she was editor of our yearbook this year. This is the only opportunity I got to spend with her this year, one time a week on Wednesdays for 38 minutes. And still, she impacted me. And I just love her, and I'm so grateful for her. And thank you all again for being such amazing parents and for supporting your kids and helping them get here today.
All right, I'd like to invite the principal from Chaparral High School, Nicole Diaz.
Thank you so much for having us here today. This is such an exciting event, and I am excited to introduce a person who needs no introduction. It's going to be a hard one for me, Ethan. I'm going to try to get through this. But Ethan Johnstone, our Chaparral High School Student of the Year. Ethan and I have known one another for 4 years. And in those 4 years, I have become a better person, a better educator, and a better leader because of the influence that he's had on me and our campus. He is a Chaparral High School academic scholar who adds value to every setting on our campus. And he is a fearless leader whose calm, positive, and focused approach has made a tremendous impact on our student body and everyone who he has come in contact with, including individuals sitting in this room. I often tell our students there's really no such thing as the real world. There's not a magic wand that people wave in front of you the day you graduate and say, hey, welcome to the real world. The students in this room understand this because they have been living in a very real world in a very real way since the moment they had the ability to. And Ethan jumped in feet first, I imagine, the minute he was born into this awesome world. And he has been contributing in a very real way since that time, and he will continue to do that. We know that the world that you are entering into has been just as real as the one that you've been in, but that you're going to be faced as leaders with challenges and adversity and opportunities to continue to grow in your strengths. And Ethan has shown us this. And I have the chance to stand up here too with Christy Barron, our amazing ASB director and teacher. We're going to change the title for ASB director as our director of campus culture and climate because of that. But the three of us over the last couple years have had very strong moments where we've either celebrated something that we've been able to see has grown our campus closer, or we've looked at each other and said, oh, that didn't go the way we thought it was going to go. And Ethan would say, okay, what are we going to do next? He motivates others to be the best that they can be, and he's never not smiling. Ethan reminds me of a duck, and I'll tell you why. Because if you see a duck on a pond, they're very calm, they're very collected, they know the direction they are going. But if you see their webbed feet underneath that water line, they are swimming vigorously. And if you know Ethan, you know how he is fiercely competitive and swimming vigorously, but you would never realize that from his calm exterior. There's a favorite quote that I have that was said by Captain America in one of the movies. And I'm going to sum it up for you. I encourage you to look at the entire monologue because it's quite powerful. Ethan reminds me of Chaparral High School's Captain America. And one of the things that Captain America says in a moment of adversity when he's trying to influence others is, when the world tells you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell them, no, you move. Ethan has planted himself along that river of truth, but yet he continues on the journey along that river. And actually, today has been a theme in that for me, and the inspiration that I've been able to get and glean from the students in this room. And I would follow any of you. When I'm at events and I'm supervising, like to watch the students on stage or watch the athletes and performers. But my favorite part is turning and watching the spectators and the parents and the students and seeing the looks on their faces. So one time I had a student ask me why my back was turned this way during a choir performance, and I said, no, I've been watching you, but it brings me so much joy to watch your parents' faces as you're up there performing, and that's one of the things that keeps me going and motivated. When I watch the looks on the faces of our student body as they listen to Ethan speak and lead, I see the same look that I saw on all of your faces today as parents getting the opportunity to hear your students speak instead of having to be up there with them. You have our attention, Ethan, and you have our focus, and we will follow you alongside your journey as you continue along that river of truth. And I just want to put in a plug that when you become President of the United States, I will be at a point in my career where I will be ready to volunteer to happily serve as one of your cabinet members. So, thank you.
I would first like to thank everyone who made today happen and congratulate all of the other inspiring students. As I stand up here this morning, I am beyond honored to receive this award and thankful for the opportunity to be here today. When I look out into the crowd, I see so many familiar faces. From my parents, who have taught me life lessons that are countless and I will never forget, to fellow students who I am lucky enough to call my friends, to TVUSD board members who have created a school system where I can achieve my dreams. The lessons I have learned from each and every one who has been in my life will always stay with me. In the fall, I am blessed enough to attend Harvard University to study government and economics with the goal of attending law school and eventually a run for public office so I can give back to the very community that built me into the person I am today. In life, I wholeheartedly believe that the memories we make and the lessons we learn are far more important than our accomplishments. Last night, I was searching for a quote that embodied this belief, and one from Maya Angelou stuck out. She stated, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." In closing, there are no amount of words that I could possibly say that would show just how much I appreciate everyone who has been there for me. Every morning I wake up and I thank God for my family, mentors such as Mrs. Deas and Mrs. Barron, my friends, and this great community. In the fall, while I may be 3,000 miles away from home, my heart will always be here with the ones I love and the ones that mean the most to me. Thank you and God bless.
Well, it's one of those pieces that I look at, especially the past 4 years with Ethan, have been quite a ride. And from the moment I met him in ASB, at that time I was just an activities advisor, and he is still proud to this day that he never had to interview for ASB. He just got into the position, and then he ended up becoming president freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and then the accumulating ASB school president. And we have both shared this journey of growing as people. It has been a complete team effort the whole way with Ethan, and that's why I'm excited and yet jealous of when he leaves, because he gets to be on somebody else's team. He's not on my team anymore. And I don't get to see his excitement every day he walks into my class. And I'm going to have to hope that he's going to be sending me text messages and telling me all the amazing people and connections that he is making, because although many of us at school say he has FOMO, I'm going to have FOMO of missing out on the things that he is going to be going through. I got to be there when he got his Bank of America internship, and he was just so nervous and so excited for going through the interview. I got to be sitting and waiting by my phone in anticipation of if he was getting that email in for Harvard, and knowing he was staying calm, and as Mrs. Deas said, the little duck at the meeting he was at the district office with Ray Johnson, and being calm, and they're saying, we're nervous for you right now, we're so excited, how are you not looking at your phone, how are you not doing this? But he is serving his purpose. He is making sure he is still doing everything he possibly can. We even got to go see Michelle Obama together here, too. There's so much that I could even go into, and I have all my little notes of what I want to talk about, but still stay in my minute and a half, and I'm going to fail at that. But I cannot wait for his future. And I know that one of the lessons that I hope will continue with him, that I go over with him and all my leaders, are, who are you beyond the class? Who are you beyond grades? Your grades aren't going to be defining you when you leave. Your character is what is going to be defining you. Make sure that you stay involved. He's always been involved. Again, he has FOMO. He does not want to miss out on anything, and he wants to be part of it all, and he wants to keep making a difference. But make sure that you know what your purpose is when you end up leaving Temecula. Make sure that you know that you're following your passions. Make sure that you are going to be that change that society definitely needs. And it makes me excited when I see him and all of you in here too, of knowing that you are going to be making my world better. You're going to be making my 9-year-old who's at school right now, who actually wanted to be here for Ethan too, you're going to be making his world better. And I know one of the quotes that Ethan put on my board one day, because we have a quote of the week, if your dreams don't scare you, dream bigger. And I know that every day he dreams bigger. Every day he looks for a way to make things just be amazing for everyone around him. And it's funny, Mrs. Deas already made her plug for when Ethan becomes president, because I know we had a long discussion on this when we went to go see Michelle Obama, was that, yes, I am ready to be part of the cabinet as well. I feel like I have done a lot of service with government and student government, and I feel like I can help support you with our nation. So to all of you again, and to Ethan, my superstar here next to me in so many ways, Congratulations. Be the change that we definitely need in our society, and keep being good people.
Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome back up to the podium my friend Holly Wilson.
Best morning ever. All right, now I have the privilege of introducing Miss Jennifer Pham to lead the scholarship part of our program.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, students, will you please take your chairs? Parents, go ahead and wiggle a little bit, return your chairs. We're almost done. Get comfortable so you don't have a tight neck in a little bit. Mr. Hubbard, welcome to town. We definitely do it bigger than the cafeteria around here, right?
Yep, a little bit.
It is my honor and privilege to be here this morning. My name is Jennifer Maharis Pham, and I was the class of 2002 Student of the Year from Moreno Valley High School. So no pressure, come back, give back. Before you run for DC, can you come back here a little bit and help out? Welcome to a group of very exclusive alumni. Literally look at each other, and this is how many students a year in our valley get honored. And you are joining the ranks of 27 years before you. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, professional athletes, business leaders, politicians, welcome to the club. But I'm gonna tell you, a little pressure sits on you all because we wrote our thank you notes. You need to write yours, okay? So that the next group of kids can come through. But we want you to remember that we love you. We care about you. Good days, bad days, 3 a.m. finals that you're gonna be up studying. There is a room full of people who care about you. We are so excited for your future because we know it's gonna be bright. We've seen 2 decades of what our Students of the Year do, and we're expecting nothing less of all of you. But with that being said, being that I'm a Moreno Valley Nighthawk, I'm challenging all of you Temecula people, because yesterday I got to be at Marietta's program and we gave out $2,600. Y'all are at $1,825 a piece. So I'm challenging the room. I need $1,400 to hit $2,000. Anybody up for the challenge? Come on. Temecula, we got some Harvard here, we got some Bowdoin, these are expensive schools. So, Mr. Davies, you're in? All right, Mr. Davies, how much are we gonna challenge you to? I need $1,400. Come on, people. If we all come together and put in $100 each, these kids are gonna get $2,000 in scholarships. $250. Mr. Davies. You're in for $1,000. I need $200, people. Come on. I'm serious. I'm not joking. You're gonna do it. You're in. Mr. Arlo is in. We just hit our number. You guys, $2,000 for scholarships. Thank you so much. So now I gotta go to Elsinore and do the same thing. I'm just saying. No. The truth is, this program has grown tremendously, as you all saw. Started with 4 programs here in the United States. And this program has grown so much because family members and other leaders have seen what we do here and have grown this program from Escondido to Hemet to Beaumont. We're one of a kind. We're actually the only nonprofit in the country that does this outside of the school districts. So you are part of a really cool crew, and you have a community that just stepped up, so $2,000 each. Eric, are you ready? We're gonna pay for school. Your next 2 years are covered, my friend. So let's do it and do it well, all right? All right, so at this point, I want to thank all of you sponsors and all of the judges. The way that this program works that's unique is that your school chooses you every month. And then from there, the judging process is taken over by the community. So there are actually silent judges in this room who've read all your files and picked students among the school. So these are literally the cream of the crop as chosen by our leaders. So I want to take a quick second to thank all of our judges who will remain anonymous, but we really want to thank them for their time and sharing of their talents with all of us, as we think we picked some pretty good leaders this morning. So thank you, judges. I get the exciting honor of talking about the money. Okay, parents, this is the envelope that you are looking for. It is in this wonderful gift basket because now you all have to do your own laundry. This is the envelope you're looking for. Miss Jerry Selway is in the room, so let me introduce Miss Jerry. Hello, Miss Jerry. Mrs. Selway is the one who collects these from you. So as soon as you know what school you're going to, you need to fill out the form that's in here. We've merged everybody's scholarship amount now a little more, and that will be sent directly to your university of choice. So fill out this form and get it to us. That way we can get it to your schools before you get there in the fall and have money in your accounts already. So Mrs. Selway will be making sure you get these, okay? Students, parents, this is the one you're going to want to pull. All right, so we have that, and let's thank all of the people in the house who made this possible. So, scholarship donors, when I call your name, please come up around. You get 30 seconds, I'm looking at you all, to give your words of wisdom and a little nugget of advice for all of our wonderful students. So if you can just come around. From Abbott Vascular, we have Ann Shaw and Ray Evans. Alta Pacific Bank, from Bechet Enterprises, Davies Financial Advisors, Eastern Municipal Water District, First Citizens Bank, Lee Schwab of Temecula, Councilmember Marianne Edwards, Milgard Windows, Mount San Jacinto College, Nano Bank, Pacific Western Bank, Paradise Chevrolet Cadillac, PKC Kubler APC, Rancho Family Medical Group, Rancho Water District, Southern California Tri-Counties IDA, Supervisor Chuck Washington's office, Temecula Educational Foundation, and Temecula Valley of Toyota. So, all these people and the two donors who stepped up, come on up, because we really want to thank you for helping us hit this amount. And Mr. Ray Evans from Abbott, if you can get us started, please.
Well, as Jen said, my name's Ray Evans. I'm representing Abbott Vascular here in the Valley. This is my 20th year with the company. So I started back in the UK with them and then ended up here for the last 18 years in Temecula. Wonderful place to be. So congratulations to students. Absolutely wonderful, amazing. I have faith in our future with you guys. Teachers, parents, principals, awesome job. So my advice for you is, yes, it will be a bit stressful out there, but try not to stress too much. Your life is in front of you, and it'll be a great life. So take care, guys. Great job. Thank you.
Marianne Edwards, Temecula City Council member. On behalf of the entire city of Temecula, we want you to know how proud we are of you, and I really mean that. I feel like a mom. Every time I come to Student of the Month, Student of the Year, I feel like I'm your mother, all of you. And I would take every one of you home with me, too. And I'm a pretty darn good cook, so. So, you know, you have the world at your feet right now, and you can do and be anything that you want. Surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up and support you. Stay away from those negative Nellies. If there's anybody named Nellie in the room, I apologize. Stay away from those negative Nellies, and you know, work with your professors, work with your pastors, work with anyone who is ready to help you, because there are going to be some rough times. But you've had rough times already, and you've all come through and been successful. I'm so proud of you. And you know, if you want to go home with me, I'll have to get a bigger car. So.
Good morning. I'm Tim Freeze with Alta Pacific Bank here in town. Congratulations to all of you. And a coworker of mine asked me yesterday what were going to be my words of wisdom. The first thing came to mind was, don't screw it up. Okay, you've got this far. There was a couple words that came to mind or popped in my head when I heard them this morning that I was thinking about, and that's one is character. You guys all have incredible character through your accomplishments, school and out of school. Don't let that ever be compromised. The other thing that I heard was accountability, responsibility. Live up to the expectations that you've put upon yourselves. Don't disappoint yourselves, and you'll do extremely, extremely well. Congratulations to all of you, and I'm thrilled to be a little piece of the puzzle here and supporting the organization. And I just wish you all the best. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Malie Ortloff, and I'm here for Eastern Municipal Water District. And I just want to say congratulations to you all. You are all so inspiring, and you give me such great hope for the future. But since I have a background in water, I want to provide this little thought for you. Each of you are like drops of water. You're constantly moving, and you're ever evolving. When life puts obstacles in your path, be persistent and move forward. Remember, the Grand Canyon began with a drop of water. Keep calm and drink water. Woohoo! Tap water.
Hi, I'm Elisa Garrett with First Citizens Bank. All I can say is this program is addicting. It is the best program. I've been involved as a volunteer and a sponsor probably for 20 years. My daughter was Student of the Month in 2002 with Jennifer, and she moved forward and graduated from the Air Force Academy. Justin, my son's wrapping up his Eagle Scout project next month. So a lot of us love the program. We love volunteering. We are so happy to be part of it. We're so proud of you. Parents, congratulations. Have fun. Just go out there, have fun, but come home. Okay? Thank you.
Good morning, Lucy Stanchu with Bichet Enterprises. Well, parents, you have done an amazing job. You should be very proud of them. I know you are. We're on behalf of Bichet Enterprises. Congratulations, and don't let fear hold you down.
Good morning. My name is Joe Kubler. I'm with PKC Kubler. I'm really disappointed. None of you have chosen accounting, the finest profession in the world. What is this? In all seriousness, when I heard these stories and I look back on my own life and think of the opportunity that maybe I missed as far as dedicating myself to the studies and to the people around you, it's just amazing. I congratulate all of you, especially the parents and the teachers. Thank you very much.
You're an impressive group. I've been in the Student of the Year program for a lot of years. All three of my kids were in it. This is probably the most impressive group that I've seen in terms of your abilities and accomplishments. So nice job, parents. You guys deserve it. You have incredible opportunity. I was so impressed by each of your stories. No excuses for you. You don't need to apologize to anybody. You deserve it. You've earned it. So put that behind you. That's in your past. Your future is bright. The rest of you guys have worked through your own adversity. Some of your stories I know intimately, and I'm totally impressed. Totally impressed. Very excited to see what you guys do. It's so inspiring for us to be part of your lives a little bit as we see it. Just want to leave you with a little story. It's very short. William Borden, you guys may know the story. He was born in the 1800s to money. Everything was possible for him. And he lived his life in such an unselfish way. I was reminded, Teddy, of your story in particular in your comments today. Thank you. By the way, the minds that we have working in politics in the future with these guys, we have a future, don't we? Yeah. So I want to just leave you with 6 words that he penned that really summed up his life. I see a lot of this in what you guys have done. I want to encourage you to keep doing it. Live with no reserves. Leave it all on the field. Put your whole self in. No retreats. Don't live in the past. And when you do that, with the identity that we have in Christ, you can live with no regrets. So I challenge you to that.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sylvia Ornelas. I'm here on behalf of Rancho California Water District. I just want to say that we are very proud to be a sponsor along with everybody else. And this was my first Student of the Month presentation that I was able to be a part of. We've been involved many years past, but this is my first time, and I was blown away, absolutely impressed. You guys have worked very hard. The accolades are amazing. And obviously, you guys are hard workers. Your work ethic is strong. You're going to continue to be working hard. So just enjoy your summer and have a good time and good luck.
Good morning. I'm Jerry Selway, and first, on behalf of Pacific Western Bank, I want to congratulate all of you for being Student of the Year, and thank you for sharing your future plans with us. And now my favorite part of the program, as Miss Jen was telling you, these envelopes will be in each of your baskets. They have a scholarship acceptance form in them. They have my contact information on them, so please, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to call me. And Craig, congratulations.
Good morning, my name is Deborah Johnson. I'm with Milgard Windows and Doors, and we are proud to be a scholarship sponsor for this amazing program. I just wanted to congratulate the students for being Student of the Year. Great job. Good luck in college. Have fun. Don't forget to text your mom. And again, congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Nairobi. I'm here on behalf of County Supervisor Chuck Washington, just to congratulate you guys on your amazing success and accomplishments, but also to remind you that success is not limited to your grades or your accolades. Your success is how you impact other people, the people you touch with your heart, with your life story, with your journey. So I really want to encourage you and remind you to continue to tell it. Every single time y'all come up here, I was in tears. I sit on the side so you don't see me. I ugly cry. You don't want to see it. But I'm so incredibly proud of you. And we're watching you. And we pray that you come back to Temecula, continue to share your story, make that impact. You guys are movers and shakers. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Morris Myers, and I'm with Mount San Jacinto College. I'll start by saying, Eric, if Palomar doesn't love you, you can always come to MSJC. We will love you, okay? Also, to the rest of you, I want to tell you this. My son actually was Student of the Month a few years back and ended up at the Air Force Academy. Very proud of him. Y'all be happy to know he didn't like the Air Force. He went to the Navy. He's in Pensacola right now learning how to fly. But one of the things he got was, or the parents got actually, from the Air Force Academy was to remind you to teach your students or your children that they're about to become average. Because where you're going to school, there are so many elite kids that it's going to be tougher. It really is. But I took that a different way and told my son, I said, you know what? You're not going to be average. You're just going to have to work harder. And that's what every one of you are going to have to do. You're going to have to work a little bit harder. The easy stuff is behind you now. It's time to get on with life. Thank you.
Joseph Ariola, Temecula Preparatory School.
Way to step up, Mr. Ariola.
I want to thank Sally in this program. As Jen acknowledged, she was a recipient of the award. I too was fortunate enough to be a Student of the Year in Lake Elsinore in 2001. And this is such a beautiful program, what they do for the community, what they do for parents and students. And I would at this time like to, and sorry honey, if you watch this, commit to giving $500 each year to this program because I just really believe it in what you guys are doing here. My words of wisdom come from a man far wiser than I, and I think most of you embody this quote, and I just encourage you to continue to live by it. Abraham Lincoln once said of some of the gentlemen on his cabinet that if he didn't like them very much, that just means that he needed to spend more time with them and get to know them. So you're all about relationships and building relationships, and I think that's beautiful, and please continue to do that and love people.
Hi, I'm David Liu. I'm here on behalf of the Temecula Education Foundation, and I'm proud to be a sponsor. Just want to thank each and every one of you for everything that you have done for the community and for yourselves, and most importantly for the lives that you have touched around you. You have, each and every one of you have the ability to touch the lives of those around you, and that's what has brought you here today. You know, you are our future leaders. First and foremost, enjoy the journey. Life is what happens when we're planning for the future. But each of you has a special gift, and that's touching the lives of those around you. You have the power to motivate others, to lead by example, and when you do that, that's the real joy that you'll experience. So thank you for everything that you've done, and we look forward to seeing everything that you'll accomplish in the future. Thank you.
Like a stool. I'm Ethan's dad with Johnstone Construction, and I really think I'm really gonna miss this activity. It is so fun to hear your stories. I'm so excited. I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. Now I'm a sponsor, but my wife kicked me, called me cheap, so I'm gonna have to give a little bit more. So we'll do 500 if that helps. Okay.
Thank you. That's more than 2,000.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Next year, all the wives are going to be like, keep your checkbooks at home before you come to this event. Sorry. Thank you so much for investing in our future. It's a pretty easy investment when you look at kids like this, right? You guys, congratulations. Work hard, have some fun, go do all the silly things. Denny's trips at 2 in the morning are what college is all about. So make sure you do it. Remember, we are all here for you. But don't take all those certificates with you because your dorm mates won't like you very much. Leave them at home for your mother, so when you are short on dining dollars, you're like, hey, Mom, do you remember when I won all those awards? That's the way to go. Congratulations. And at this point, I'd like to call Ms. Wilson up to close our program.
Well done. Well done. Couple things before we're over. I know there's supposed to be a medal up here. Am I missing it? Behind you? No. It's okay. Mr. Craig Swanson, come on up. I knew there was one here. I have something for you. And so you're going to have to bend down.
I will.
This is Sally's special way to say thank you for being a part of our program and being a part of our Student of the Month family. We wish you a blessed retirement. So he is retiring. Mr. Swanson, you have come to our community. You've jumped in with both feet. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about you from your teachers, your staff, and your students. Congratulations on a job well done, and I know that the Lord is pleased with what you've done. So congratulations. Thank you. I know we've run long, but Sally does something that I think is probably one of the most valuable things in this program, and she speaks to the students. So students, I want you to hear the words that were said about you. I know that at Student of the Month, Mr. Ritter charged you to listen to what is being said, and I know it's too intimidating to be up here speaking to listen. So I'm going to take the time. Justin from Great Oak. Where are you, Justin? Stand up, okay? So Justin Brown is going to be blessed to have you. Valedictorian at Great Oak. Congratulations. You're loyal, kind, a young man of integrity. You make others better. An Eagle Scout, which requires so much work. Humble. Your friends say you're really cool, and you work extremely hard. So congratulations to you. Have a great time at graduation, and go get some sleep later. Congrats. Thomas Wright. Who yells in for it? Their gift. Thomas, you are built for service. You love to serve. Thank you so much for all that you have done for your school and for your friends. You are kind. You are a young man who's not afraid to serve your country. You're a wonderful son and brother. You're extremely helpful, and I am going to miss your hugs every day. Congrats, Thomas. Teddy Max, I have no idea what you said. I'm kidding. I am kidding. Obviously, Mr. Chemist has been your teacher. A counselor, humble. You have Godfidence. You're a perfectionist. You are God's child. You're incredible and you are intelligent. Obviously a philosopher. Teddy Max, go out, serve the Lord boldly, and let Him decide where you will go. I know you're off to Gordon. Continue your work. Congratulations. Adriana. A good leader. You're right. A good leader doesn't know why they're a good leader. They continue to build on what God has given them, always improving, always looking for ways to do things well. You have passion for reading. You are poised. You make people better, and you will be a future leader. So when you go to UC Santa Cruz, continue to be bold and to lead and to speak up for the things you believe in. Congratulations. Madeline. A storyteller to impact people. And truly, that's really what matters. The fact that you like to build relationships and be a voice for the marginalized takes a lot of courage to do that. So make sure that you are strong in what you believe and continue to have that voice. You're loving, inquisitive, and really what came through and what you said is that you are grateful. And that's a wonderful character trait to have as a young person. Take Biola by storm. Congratulations. Eric, volunteer valedictorian. I love it. Love it. You kept comparing yourself. Actually, you're head and shoulders with this crowd. You're determined. You did an incredible feat, 45 credits. Yeah. Oh my goodness, well done, young man. Well done. And you did that by your determination. Nobody was there doing your work for you. You did that. So you're driven, you are accomplished. I saw Marianne give you her business card. Call her. All right? It's my best advice. Go Dodgers. Congrats. Trinity. Where are you, Trinity? All right, Trinity. You have an excellent work ethic. You are determined, creative, curious, humble. You want to bring positivity to the world. Thank you. And a YouTube star. I'm so glad you have kept Mrs. Coltrane out of trouble. Thank you. And Georgetown. Wow. East Coast, right? So go to Georgetown, be confident in who you are, and continue to increase your studies in mathematics. We love it. So congratulations, Trinity. Ethan, a fearless leader, fiercely competitive. You're going to need that in politics. Captain America. Wow. You are grateful and you have big dreams. Congratulations on leaving a legacy when people have confidence that you could actually run our country. So go to Harvard, have a great time. Congratulations. Oh, okay, I can do those. All right, our dignitaries. You have 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So let's have from Congressman Ken Calvert. Is Brenda here? Yay. Senator Jeff Stone's office, Debbie Herrera. Assembly Member Melissa Melendez, Samantha Stillwell. Riverside County Board of Supervisors, Nairobi Burks. City of Temecula, Marianne Edwards. Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, Fred Wolf. And last but not least, students. Listen to what he has to say. Temecula Valley Unified Temecula Valley Unified School District Superintendent, Mr. Tim Ritter. All right.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Debbie Herrera here on behalf of Senator Jeff Stone and his staff. I want to congratulate everybody here. He wishes he can be here instead of at the Capitol today, trust me. But just a few comments because this is running a little bit long today. Ethan, one thing you didn't mention, or your teacher or your principal mentioned, that you're in the Sistings for the Sistines League of Temecula. I just got to, a couple weeks ago, give him a certificate from Senator Jeff Stone for amazing how he is. And we talked about how he's going to Harvard. I told him that I went to Harvard for a day on vacation, but I did go to Harvard. But Ethan and Audie, working for the state senator, I would like to invite you to be an intern this summer with our office if you'd like to. But that invitation's to both of you. I'll get you all set up if you like to. I know you're going to be busy over the summer, but I'd love to invite you. We're right here in Merida, half a mile, right by Rancho Springs Hospital in Hancock. So I'll give you my card before we leave, but we'd love to have you as an intern if you're interested in learning a lot bit about politics, let me tell you. Just a side note, I didn't know that judges are supposed to be kept confidential, so it's a rumor that I heard that there's somebody in here whose name rhymes with infinity that won the scholarship based on one thing extra that person did that the other person who was equally going to get this scholarship, but because she did the thank you notes, she got her scholarship. So I want the teachers and the principals here to just let your next year students know how important it is to get those thank you notes, because that anonymous judge keeps track of the thank you notes, and doing the application they were identical, except someone who rhymes with infinity did a thank you note. So with that, I want to show you that we have a beautiful glass frame for you that you can take with you to college, and you should take it and show the people and how well you did. So with that, congratulations, and we're very proud of you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Samantha. I'm here on behalf of Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez, and on behalf of the Assemblywoman, I want to extend congratulations to all of the students here. All of you have worked tremendously hard, and each one of you has overcome something, and it's so amazing to hear your story. So don't ever downplay your achievements, because everybody's different, and that's what makes you so special, and that's why you're here today, is because of the things that you've done and the person that you are. So just remember that, and I challenge each and every one of you when you go off to college to just continue with your perseverance and your character and your heart, and bring that with you as you go off to college and as you go into the workforce. So congratulations again.
Good morning again. I am still here on behalf of County Supervisor Chuck Washington, just again to congratulate you for your wonderful accomplishments, and then also to remind you that although your studies are temporarily paused, your journey for learning should never end. No matter where you go, whether it's RCC, Howard, Yale, wish I got into Yale, but whenever you stop learning, that's when you become complacent. That's when you are no longer effective in our society. So I want to encourage you, continue to learn in whatever capacity. Continue to broaden your horizons and be amazing. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh no.
Good morning.
Thank you. Do not start my day off like that. My name is Brenda Denstead, and I'm here today on behalf of our Congressman Ken Calvert, who wants to offer his sincere congratulations. Just as a side note for one of the previous comments, not everybody who works in politics is bad. Just saying. Many of you have heard my story over this last year. My daughter Leanne, who was an accomplished student that graduated from Marietta Valley High School just a couple of years ago, she's now been gone for 20 months. She passed away from a rare form of bacterial meningitis while she was starting her sophomore year at Northern Arizona University. I tell you this because just this last Friday, I went to an event for teachers, and I was reminded at that event by an attendee who knew my daughter. And the thing that she is remembered the most for was not for her academic accomplishments. It was not for her athletic accomplishments, because she was an accomplished cross-country runner. She was remembered for how kind she was to people. And that's what struck them, and that's what they continue to remind me, and they continue to remember about her. Never, ever, ever underestimate the power that you possess inside to touch people around you every single day by a simple act of kindness. It is a powerful thing, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So as you move forward in your journey, leave a trail behind you of acts of random kindness that you demonstrate every single day. Remember that to live your life based on the expectations you have of yourself, not the expectations that others have of you. That's where true satisfaction comes. God bless each and every one of you on your journey. Congratulations.
Well, good morning. I'm Mary Ann Edwards, Temecula City Council member, and I'm very honored employee of Temecula Valley Unified School District. So much has been said today about, your accomplishments and where you're going. And I'm going to give you one piece of advice that my little Irish grandmother, who lived to be 98 years old, a piece of advice she gave me, and that's when you're feeling low, go out and do something for someone else, or go out and help someone else. And I'll tell you the greatest joy in life for me has been being able to help people in any way. That's one of my favorite phrases is, can you help me? Or I need some help, or, do you know the answer to this, or do you know someone who? That is really the thing that brings joy to everything that I get to do as a city council member and as somebody who works at the school district and just as a human being. So just remember, when you're feeling down and you're under pressure, find a way to give to someone else personally on a one-to-one basis, and it will make your day, and it becomes habit forming. So it's a great habit to have for the rest of your life. And one more thing, how many parents are in the room? This is your final child. Raise your hands. Final child. You're the ones that are going to get stuff fitted for that hot tub, right?
We dignitaries do know to speak 30 seconds, we just don't have the ability to. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. I am Fred Wolf, and I am here on behalf of Dr. Judy White, Riverside County Office of Education, and it is absolutely a pleasure and privilege to be here this morning to express just how proud we are of you students and the work that you're doing here. I have two words: humility and awe. That's what I feel when I hear your stories this morning, and stories that I've heard from the teachers, principals, just absolutely amazing work. One of the things I get to do as an ambassador for Dr. White is I have the privilege of doing tours of schools. So I was recently on a Trek tour, and I went from schools from all the way from K to 12. And
I realized, my God, school has changed since I was your age and I was in your shoes. The challenges you all face, whether it's emotionally, whether it's academically, technology alone, my God, I just went on a tour in an elementary school, and elementary kids were doing scripting and coding and animating. My God, my highlight of the day in elementary was just taking naps. It still is. And some things never change. I look forward to my siestas. Here's another thing we look forward to in elementary. You all remember toy time?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Who can tell me what was our favorite toys in elementary school? Come on, guys. I know the boys want to say the toy soldiers, but what was the one toy we loved? Legos. Legos. And I'm safe to say 99% of us here are parents, so raise your hands. How many of you love Legos because you've stepped on those things in the middle of the night and realized quickly you speak different languages, right? But you know why I love Legos, guys? Because symbolically you remind me of Legos, and I'll tell you why. They come in all different colors. They come in all different shapes and forms. And it's all good because at the end, with creativity, with time, with perseverance, you can put some amazing things together. And I'm looking and listening to the stories today, and I'm just in awe. I'm just so humbled by the minds here today, because if we were to put just you alone, this group here, in one room and let's just brainstorm, you could solve the world's problems one by one. I have no doubt in my mind. On behalf of Dr. Judy White, we're very, very proud of you. And again, it's a privilege. And I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to be leaders, future leaders in our communities. No matter where you end up, no matter what you do, your success is always going to get back to us and make us proud at Riverside County. Remember our motto, good, better, best. And I hope that you'll always have your good turn into better and your better into best with your perseverance and your creativity. God bless you all, and thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Students, you received so many words of wisdom. So I'm going to give you one last. Sally loves to hear from John C. Maxwell. He's a pastor, motivational speaker, and an author. And the word she's picked out today is generosity. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Be grateful for whatever you have. It's hard for a person to be generous when he is not satisfied with what he has. Generosity rises out of contentment, and that doesn't come with acquiring more. Millionaire John D. Rockefeller admitted, "I have made millions, but they have brought me no happiness." If you're not content with little, you won't be content with a lot. And if you're not generous with little, you won't suddenly change it if you become wealthy. It's great advice. So that concludes our great luncheon in recognition of our Students of the Year. We're going to go out. We are all going to go out, and we're going to go out front, and there's going to be some chairs. Students, grab your baskets and go ahead and have a seat in the chair in the order that we went. We'll take a photograph first with all the sponsors, then all the dignitaries, and then with the principal and students, and then the families. Have a blessed day. Congratulations on a wonderful year, students. Great day.